Imagine a world where standard food resources have completely vanished. When traditional hunting and foraging fail, prehistoric hunger sets in. Every riverbed dries up, every fruit-bearing tree dies, and the usual prey disappears. Starvation creates an absolute vacuum. It leaves humans with a brutal, binary choice: find a radical new source of calories or perish. But looking down at a swarm of crawling insects, early humans faced an intense psychological barrier. Our brains are deeply hardwired to feel disgust toward things that scurry and bite. Then someone threw a handful over the fire. That first roasted bug provided a shocking realization. It actually tasted decent, and more importantly, it was packed with dense, usable energy. Extreme hunger overrides cultural boundaries. This one experiment gave the tribe a new, reliable survival tool. Word of this new food source spread through the tribe. Watching one person safely eat insects normalized the behavior, and soon the entire group was actively foraging. They experimented with preparation. They crushed beetles into nutrient-dense soups and skewered larger insects over flames to improve the texture and flavor. As the seasons turned colder, they began drying the excess bugs to store them for winter, establishing a highly efficient, zero-waste system of food security. The physical results were undeniable. The adult hunters maintained their muscle mass, and the children continued to grow at healthy rates. By standardizing these methods, the tribe turned a simple foraged insect into a stable year-round resource. But this new diet introduced a lethal risk. The tribe meticulously figured out which insects provided energy and which ones carried deadly toxins. They developed a strict social protocol to manage this danger. Elders passed down their knowledge, teaching the children to memorize the specific patterns and colors of safe species. Months later, the heavy rains finally returned. The cracked earth softened, plants began to grow, and traditional wildlife slowly migrated back into the valley. Yet the tribe actively chose to keep eating insects. They integrated bug dishes into their regular meals and celebrated with them during feasts. A strategy born out of pure starvation had become a permanent part of their menu, even when the forest was full again. Today, entomophagy is a thriving, everyday reality for millions globally. In busy outdoor markets, massive mounds of roasted bugs are traded in high volume, treating insects exactly like any other staple crop. Deeply integrated into local preparations, vendors toss crickets with aromatic green leaves and spices to create popular regional street food. Global population growth is sharply intersecting with a declining curve of available farming land. We're running out of space. Traditional livestock pushes this toward collapse, and this red area highlights the massive resource deficit projected over the next 3 decades. Modern humanity is hitting the same resource limits our ancestors did. Balancing the food supply will require looking beyond traditional crops and livestock. Modern scientists evaluate insects as highly efficient, protein-rich superfoods. Industrial facilities are aggressively scaling this up, using dense indoor farming to breed millions of insects in a fraction of the space of traditional agriculture. This side-by-side bar chart compares the resource footprint data. Producing 1 pound of beef takes massive amounts of water and land, while farming 1 pound of cricket protein requires a mathematically negligible fraction of those resources. Our ancestors stumbled onto a scientifically optimal caloric strategy. To feed billions of people in the near future, we must replicate their exact mathematical efficiency. Closing the resource gap in a growing world means reconsidering our dietary taboos. It starts with a single person deciding to take that first brave bite.